So creation of the clusters from scratch to end, all the services installation and everything, that part I'm working. We are using
Mhm.
6.5 cloud or a distribution version. Not only Hadoop and also working with some other services, NiFi, Grafana, Presto, and
Mhm.
Airflow and
Mhm.
Mongo. These kind of services installation, configuration, each and everything I'm working. And
Mhm.
not like as a Hadoop administration, the roles and responsibilities I'm working. The cluster monitoring, all the parts. I mean, if any node was failing, that kind of issues, name node issues, we are getting some alerts due to NTB out of sync issues, Canary alerts, that kind of issues with Hadoop maintenance. And the
Mhm.
Spark jobs, we are running with the Spark applications are 24 by 7. So based upon that, we are getting some alert failed jobs. Sometimes we are failing the job. So based upon RCA, that kind of issues. And other services I'm working with.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So you said you have experience on Hive, right? So do you know what is the issue with partitions? Did you face any issue with issues with partitions, Hive
Yeah,
partitions?
yeah. We are facing sometimes the partitions was deleted. That kind of issues we are facing.
But who will be
We are
deleting it? Who is deleted?
no,
Who
no.
is deleting it?
I actually there is we are running some scripts when we are build upgradation time.
Hmm.
Sometimes we are deleting the total table. I mean external tables we are using. That is one of the issue we are identifying.
No.
Sometimes
Sorry. While upgrading, why are you going to
yeah,
delete it? Delete the tables?
Actually, the development in there taken that example.
Okay,
We
that's
are
okay.
using,
But see, no. Question is, see, first of all, if why they are deleting? If they are deleting, you are not face any issue, right? If they are deleting, and if they are deleting and come asking you to resolve that issues, is it the
no,
right
no,
way
no,
of doing it or what?
no.
Mm.
No, they are deleting the schema and again they are creating just using. That is the part of build
No,
upgrade we are doing.
and no.
Yeah,
What is the use of deleting and recreating it again? See,
yeah.
suppose if you have, okay, let me give you one example. If you have like 10 GB or 20 GB of data, not let's say example, let's say 500 GB of data you have, and you are deleting the data and you are doing against
No,
work
they are not
loading
deleting.
ingesting the data from scratch again. So will it be time consuming process and again it will be
Uh,
put burden on the cluster?
Sorry, the mistake is there. I mean, they are using external tables. So when they are creating the dropping table, so it was the deleting only schema only. Actual data was
No,
not
I,
deleted.
no, I understood. That is okay.
Yeah.
So for build process, for applying build process or upgrade, why do you need to delete it? That is what my first question is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes they are adding some other columns like that. That is one of the reason. I am asking why you are deleting again and again. So they
Uh,
are telling different scenario questions, developers. But
so then,
uh,
why they are approaching you for the issues?
sometimes some we are having there is no control. Some development team also they are doing some testing purpose or anything. They are deleting some data, old data in Hive partitions. Initial last 3 months back, we are enabling one script. It was collecting the all the partitions information. I mean, Hadoop side partitions information and Hive side partition information. If there is mismatch is there, so based upon that we are getting the
No,
issues.
what is Hadoop side and what is Hive side partition? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Uh, yeah, exactly. Hive side partitions means table partitions. I mean date wise and month wise
Uh,
partitions. We are having.
uh,
So Hive's Hadoop side exactly I don't know, but they are writing some script. They are comparing that part. But Hive
mhm.
side, I mean, we are having folder wise. I mean, product wise, different feeds is there. Each and every feed having different partition, and we are going with date wise partition and hourly wise partition. We are creating. high.
Oh, date wise and hourly wise also you're creating the
Yeah,
partitions.
yeah.
Okay, so if you're creating partitions with hourly wise, it will be huge impact, right? It will
Again,
create lot of small
yeah,
files,
not
and
small files.
yeah, then how do you handle those small file issue? So why don't you recommend your developer to use proper partition techniques?
Yes. Yeah, but initially, this is the requirement they are following for query performance increase. So there is no restriction is there.
Okay.
Initially, in starting time, they are creating day-wise partition. After we are identifying some build-up gradation times, so they are going with hourly-wise partitions also. Because
Mm.
mostly they are running with Presto queries. I mean, high Western tables. So we are not running with high queries. We are users fighting with queries in DBA. They are connecting Presto. Presto is doing with high Western table. So when they are doing some query, hourly based or weekly based. So it was they are mostly doing some hourly based day wise only. So it was collecting the data, some Presto issue identifying. I mean, Presto side we are getting out of memory issues also when they are selecting huge tables. So that reason it one of the reason we are writing.
Okay. So can you tell me what is your HDFS block size in your cluster?
128 MB.
Mm-hmm. So, how big is your cluster? You said production cluster?
Production clusters. So we are working 14 clusters. 14
No.
in
So
production.
14 is in production.
Yeah.
Okay. So each cluster has a size is was what is it?
Sizes, no, it depends upon country. Some countries, Nigeria having 1.2 petabytes, and Tanzania having different kind of. I mean, we are
Mm.
having 1800 TB to 1.3 kind of TB, that kind of cluster. This is
Mm.
initial cluster. Last 2 months back, also we are adding some hardware addition. After long, we are getting this.
Mm. Okay. Mm. So why are you going for Presto? You said. Oh.
Fresh, yeah. Users they are writing some queries. I mean, business logics and everything.
Mm.
So
Mm.
Presto it is in-memory processing. When same query when we are running with AI, it takes a lot of time. But same query when we are running with Presto, within milliseconds they are getting output. So
Okay.
this is in-memory. So that reason we are reading.
Yeah. Well, sorry. One more question from HDFS block size. So can I increase the block size for HDFS?
Yeah, we can increase, but yeah, the option when we are creating the cluster in that time we are selecting
Mm.
128 MB or 254 MB. But
Okay.
when we
So.
are
Uh,
after some time, if we are changing some issues we are facing, when I mean if the cluster is in production, the Spark jobs and everything is running. So when we are
mhm.
changing 64 MB to 128 MB, that kind of time we are facing some issue because I mean every the blocks moving and everything is there data moving in that time Spark jobs and everything is slow. If you had a maintenance window 1 or 2 days, one
Mm.
day, so in that time
Mm.
we are go with that kind of thing, but
Okay.
mostly it was not.
Okay. So you said you are using Ambari, right? Ambari or Cloudera?
No, Cloudera.
Cloudera. Okay. In Cloudera, if you want to increase the block size, how do you increase it? Do you increase it from Cloudera config page
Uh,
or?
I mean, we are having two options. We can directly increase with Cloudera UI also and command line. I
Mm.
mean, there is like a file is there, HDFS site reduction.
Okay.
In that
So
also, we are in the block side.
okay. So block size, how do you specify that block size? Is it in MB or KBC you mentioning it? How do?
In Cloudera Manager UI, we are specifying with the MB
Mm.
and HDFS that file we are specifying with KB. I mean, starting number of all of KBs
Okay.
bytes.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So you said you have issue. Sorry, did you work on Yarn?
Yeah.
So what is
Uh,
capacity planning and what is fair scheduling?
uh, Capacity scheduler
Capacity
mostly
schedule.
using
Yeah.
Autonomous,
Mm.
but we are using paid scheduler.
Mm.
In paid scheduler also we are enabling some queues, 3 users. So if I mean the procedure we are following, we had 3 users, one for business user and uh, jobs normal. I mean total cluster user. I mean central
Mm.
user, different
Mm.
user. We are and also having root user. So when we are not enabling queues, mostly I mean total was going with root. When we are enabling queues and user, so we are having a queue. One user having a 50 to 50% resource, one 30, 120. That kind of we are configuring. And also we are enabling dynamic resource pooling. So in that time we are given one user 50 to 70 and one user 30 to 20, 120 to 50. That kind of queues we are
So
configuring.
which means fair scheduler means whatever the capacity you have allocated for the users, they'll get that capacity guaranteed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's on. But
So
when we are enabling dynamic, so they can, if other user resource was free, so they are
mm,
getting that kind of resource also maximum. If
okay,
they are 50 to 60%, 70%, so
mm,
other users 20% resource also they are getting.
okay. How do you check application logs, Yarn application logs from command line?
Uh, yeah, I mean, we are having some particular folder, Spark application jobs we are storing. So based upon application, we are, I mean, it's different application. We are using Airflow. So
No, no,
each
no,
and
no,
every,
no. Sorry,
yeah,
sorry, sorry.
okay.
You're not. See, you're not understanding my question. How do you check Yarn application logs from CLI?
Yarn application, I mean, if Spark application, when we are submitting the job, that application, you are, that one, sorry,
No,
I
if
missed.
application has been completed or it is failed,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So and that application is not available on Yarn UI, okay. I mean like resource manager
yeah,
user
yeah.
interface, it is not available. So how do you check those logs
Yeah,
from
the
CLI?
logs were with up to data, I mean logs folder. So
Uh,
in that folder, we are storing all the application logs. We are checking that logs. I mean, it having timely based, and I mean, we are scheduling the cron jobs timely. So that
mm.
based upon that, we are identifying and everything one by one. Also, we are checking.
No, that's okay. That's not the one I'm asking. So
Okay.
Yarn CLI. Do you know what is Yarn CLI?
And I mean, we are checking logs like normal directory on hard directories.
Uh, no, I'm asking application log.
Sorry, I don't.
So like yarn commands. Do you know what is yarn commands?
Yeah, yeah, if we are checking applications, the status and list how many applications present running.
Can you can you
I
can you
know.
give me that example? Yarn application
Yeah, an application I can
logs.
list. Yeah, if you
No,
are listing,
no. I'm asking to fetch the logs, application logs. Command to fetch the yarn application logs.
sorry, I don't know
Okay.
that come.
So okay, tell me application status. How do you check the
Yeah,
status of
yeah,
application from
yarn
yarn command?
application. Yeah, yarn application hyphen status and
Mm,
application ID. So it was
mm,
showing the that particular application status.
mm. But question is if application logs are not available on resource manager UI, so how do you take that application logs? That's my question. See,
Resource manager, I mean, if the job was running, uh,
no, it
sorry,
is
I'm not.
it is completed. It is completed. It is failed job or completed job or killed job. So let's say after 2 days, user has reported this job has been failed or it has been killed. Can you know? Can you tell me what is the reason? Tell me what is the RCA for this job issue?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the
and
jobs.
when you
The
take that application ID, they will give you application ID, and you take
yeah.
that application ID, you have searched for application ID in RM, but it is not available in RM. Okay.
Actually, we are following like all the application logs we are storing with some nodes. I mean, where data. I mean, logs folder, application log. So
No,
we are
no. Who
searching
is
that.
storing? You are storing, or application guys are storing?
I mean, they're configuring one directory. So all the application process logs storing that directory somewhere. So that's the architecture we are following.
Okay. Do you have experience on Spark?
Yeah.
So, how do you check Spark event logs? Do you have any idea on that?
Event logs, no. Uh,
Okay.
much.
How do you check Spark logs, then Spark application logs?
Yeah, same. I am telling this one. Yarn log. We are running with Spark application with Yarn cluster mode. So the Spark jobs was storing. I mean, Spark application logs. We
Okay,
are
no, no,
storing
no.
one.
That's okay. And okay, fine. I got it. Let's say example, Spark job is running. Let's say it is running now.
Okay.
Now, user asks you to check what is the issue with the application because it is running very slowly.
Okay.
Okay. Now, that is a Spark job that I understood. That we know. Okay. They told that it is a Spark job. Now tell me, where do you go and check Spark, that application logs, Spark logs? Where do you see that Spark executors, Spark configuration details, where Spark driver has been launched, and any executor errors and all? Where do you check it?
Yeah, this one we are checking with each node manager level also we are checking. I mean,
No, not Node Manager, from Spark QA or something, whatever it is, from user
Spark,
interface.
yeah, Spark user interface we are checking with application, all the application. There is like application, I mean, Spark UI is there, so job history. So we are checking with application, running applications, each and everything. So particular application, we are just clicking that application, and there is like resource manager, all the information is there. So we are logging that resource manager information, and it will show the all the DAGs and number of tasks was running, how many number of tasks was completed, how many was pending. In that particular job, particular application, allocated cores and driver memory, everything we know.
Okay. So do you have experience on HBase?
No, HBase I had.
Okay. Kafka?
Kafka, no experience, but had some knowledge on it.
Okay. So only you are aware of HDFS, Hive, and Spark and Yarn, right?
Yeah.